So just for fun, let's judge a couple books by their covers, shall we? Welcome everyone to the Fantasy Madhouse. So book covers nowadays, guys, kind of piss me off, mainly because when I walk through Barnes & Noble or walk through Walmart in their bestsellers section, a lot of the books feel like they're cut from the same cloth, don't they? Just kind of like these very vague wooded images or background images with text going right down the front of the book, like author name, title. Very basic, very simple. And I'm sure to a lot of people that looks very clean. I'm not judging you guys for that, but to me that just does not have a ton of personality. And it got me thinking, the classic fantasy book series that are out there that have been there since the early 2000s and 90s and way before that, you know, with Lord of the Rings and everything, those books have covers that stand the test of time, and they have a ton of variety of covers. Some of those ranging from really, really great to, in my opinion, really, really suspect. Let's take a look at some fantasy covers first off that I love, and then we'll look at some that I think are absolutely nightmare fuel. Let's go very, very simple here, guys. I love the way that the original Harry Potter covers look. The illustrations are by a lady named Mary Graham Pree, and in my mind, she is the ultimate illustrator for Harry Potter. Now, clearly there was the UK covers and stuff that came out, and I think those are great as well, but I always had a soft spot for these guys. They have a very nice, magical, mystical quality to them. Very colored pencil looking. It almost has like a faded, dreamlike quality to them. I love it. This is my favorite book in the series, guys, Prisoner of Azkaban. Actually, the first book I read in the series, if you can believe it. Also, guys, the Game of Thrones covers. I know we have a lot of the simplistic, newer ones. They're basically just a certain color with an object like, you know, a crow or a cup. But I also wanted to bring up another book series that, while the quality may be argued, I never argued how much I love and how awesome I think that these covers are. And that is actually for the Inheritance Cycle, the Aragon books, if you will. I love this cover. I love the blue. I love how it matches the dragon on the cover. If you go to book 2, you have red for the dragon on that cover, and then black and gold and like a greenish for the final book in the series. And always, guys, thought that these book covers just pop. They just pop on the shelf. They're so cool. And I thought, you know, are there any books that were ever released for these popular series that maybe kind of throws you for a loop? And I came across some that you guys may find interesting. Let's start off with Lord of the Rings. I mentioned that series first off, and I found something that I think is some kind of nightmare fuel, uncanny valley. I love, hate, it just scares the hell out of me. And that is this book set of the Lord of the Rings trilogy plus The Hobbit. And this was from the publisher, it looks like Del Rey Fantasy, but anyway, let's take a look, guys, at what the hell is going on in this box set. Let's start off with The Fellowship of the Ring. I know that's, you know, not the first book in the series, but it's what I want us to start off with, because look at this thing. Look at that. Look at Frodo there creeping over the back of Gandalf's shoulder. Frodo looks a little bit tall here too. I don't know if he's like on a ladder or if he's on stilts or something there. Seems a little bit tall. But anyway, you do have Gandalf there that's in his bedtime night robe. I don't know. And why would he not just be showing the ring? I'm pretty sure in this scene, he's showing the ring to Frodo. So what's depicted here is it looks like he's just showing it to the audience, obviously, but I just thought it was funny that he's almost like hiding the ring from Frodo. Frodo's like, oh, what's going on there? And Gandalf's like, nothing, none of your business. But I always found this to be very, very odd and awfully, by today's standards, guys, awfully AI looking too, isn't it? In a way. Like, just check this out. Just for fun, I tried to recreate this in Bing Image Generator, and look how similar. Spooky stuff, right? Though I would definitely take the actual artist in this case, clearly, because, you know, real person did this. Just is very different, right? Very almost like Sistine Chapel, like Christian, if you want to call it, like Catholic Church kind of art style. That's very kind of eye-catching, and again, it sits in that uncanny valley in a way. So that is The Fellowship of the Ring. let's delve deeper into the nightmare. Next we have what I think might be the closest thing we get to an action shot of all these covers. And we're seeing here Gimli that's looking off into one direction, about to fight somebody, I guess, and then Legolas just looking endearingly down at Gimli. I'm not quite sure what they're trying to capture here, but and Legolas is like, calm down there, little buddy. And here we go from green to blue in this. And then finally, guys, for the Lord of the Rings trilogy at least, we do have this kind of royal red color going on with the Return of the King. And again, what is going on in the picture there? Gandalf at least looks a little bit more wizard-like, which is a positive, but then Aragorn there looks like he's a Templar knight, or like the Pope or something. Like, what is this helmet that he's got, or this crown? Maybe if you guys have read the book, let me know. Is that what his crown looks like in the book? Is that how it's described? It looks like, again, I keep saying church, but there's like angel wings on his head or something. So it's very strange. He looks very stoic, I guess. But and you have a couple characters in the background there again, but just very odd looking. But again, kind of in a fascinating way where I actually am warming up to them as I look through these. But that's the original trilogy. Let's get to what I think is maybe my favorite out of this box set, and that is The Hobbit. But wait till you see The Hobbit. First off, I love the color, that like the stark black color that they have there, the ink black going on, and then the Tolkien text here in gold, that contrast with it pretty nice. And then plus the greens in here too that you have. Gollum, I think, looks great here. I think he looks properly creepy and almost demonic there. But then you get to Bilbo, who kind of looks like the artist just grabbed his drunk uncle off of a bar stool and said, can you stand here for a second while I draw you, buddy? Does Bilbo have jet black hair in the story? I don't know. It's just very odd. But again, I'm getting more and more used to this cover as we talk about these books. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. Am I crazy? Are these beautiful? Or am I right on the money and these are definitely a little bit off-putting, if you will? In this set, guys, I got for about 25 or so bucks off of eBay, if you're curious. And actually, before we move off of Lord of the Rings, guys, I did want to note there is another version of Lord of the Rings that I think is haunting looking, and that is actually the Dutch version of the books. I don't know when these came out, but take a look at these covers. Yeah, look at this thing. I don't even know what to say about this. It almost looks like it was done in the style of caveman drawings or Egyptian hieroglyphics or something. I mean, do I even have to comment further? Like, look at the Fellowship of the Ring. Does that really scream fantasy to you? To me, it almost looks more like a 1960s cartoon with a bunch of gangsters that are like, you know, yeah, see, we're gonna get rid of this ring, see? And I don't know. It's just very, very odd and does not scream Lord of the Rings to me. Although to each his own. Maybe again, maybe you guys love this. I don't know. Let me know. All three of these books are just really damn strange looking, and they're in a style that I can't take my eyes off of, but also kind of can't wait to. They're from an artist named Cor Block, if I said that right. And for what it's worth, J.R.R. Tolkien apparently loves these covers, so alright, there's that. But next up, guys, I do want to talk about Harry Potter, and there's obviously been so many different languages that Harry Potter has been developed into. A lot of different publications, a lot of different books, a lot of different styles. I wanted to bring up this one that I found from Bloomsbury. This paperback style in particular caught my eye. Just see what you guys think about this. Just check out this cover. While the art definitely screams YA and, you know, whimsical and stuff, I don't like the character depictions here. I mean, Harry kind of looks like the girl from the new Ghostbusters movies or something. And then Hagrid, I mean, looks just kind of derpy to me, you know? But I do like the color palette here. I love the purples and the pinks and the oranges and stuff and how they all kind of blend and mesh here. That's very good. I'm not a huge fan of the like Harry Potter text. I'm just so used to the US version that I can't get that out of my head. On the back though, I do love the back of this book. I love, you know, the owl there. Again, the color palette, it just looks very, very magical, very clean looking back. So again, guys, just let me know what you think of this cover, and is there any alternative versions of these books that we need to talk about or that I should research about? Because I just find this stuff fascinating. All right, guys, and so next up, I want to talk about a personal favorite of mine and many of yours out there if you watch my channel, Goosebumps. These covers are absolutely iconic. I think Tim Jacobus's art is timeless, and I think he is at least 50% of the reason that the series was so beloved. The UK covers of these books are, again, a little bit different, and they have their own personality and style. I kind of like, again, the different dedicated color coding to them. I think that some of them look okay. I don't like the Haunted Mask version that we get here. Man, that just does not kind of capture that really creepy, haunting vibe. When I saw the US version of the Haunted Mask for the first time in a library back, I don't even know when, that cover art gave me legit nightmares for a long time. I will say this though, there is one UK cover that I think is fantastic, and that is the cover for the book Say Cheese and Die. I mean, just look at this cover. It's amazing looking. I love like the sinister looking camera. The camera is super creepy, captures that Goosebump vibe perfectly. I also like the Polaroid pictures of the kids like drowning in the goop, and I've got to own it someday. I just have to have it. And there's other alternative versions of books, guys, that I want to show you that I think are really, really neat as well. So picture this. Japanese manga plus Game of Thrones equals this. These covers are also super, super incredible. I've got to get these two, guys. Although it's interesting because the manga books for these are kind of split up into different volumes, and I haven't quite deciphered, which volumes go with, Game of Thrones, or which one goes with A Clash of Kings and stuff. So guys, if you know more about these, let me know, but I love the covers. It's such a different and interesting take on Game of Thrones, isn't it? Like, the one with Daenerys and her dragons is such a lovely, epic cover, especially the one also with one of the direwolves on the cover as well, and there's another one with Jon Snow. Just a super unique and different take on what Jon Snow looks like, and not what I picture in my head. All these alternate covers do a great job at kind of expanding our horizons and giving us new ideas of what these characters could be or should look like, and I just love these. I think they're fantastic looking. But the books I wanted to end this video on, guys, are very near and dear to my heart now. I'm getting further into this book series. I love it, and I think it's got some beautiful alternate versions of it, which I'll show you guys in a second. But this series is the Red Rising trilogy by Pierce Brown. Again, guys, very much like Aragon, it's got the whole color code thing going on with the red for the first book, gold for the second, blue for the third. And guys, I just finished Golden Sun. I want to do a dedicated video on that here pretty soon. This book is just a hectic, amazing, fantastic, bloody brawl of a story that is so fast. And the Morningstar I'm starting very soon too. I cannot wait to get more into that. But these covers, guys, just a simple image that's a certain color all the way around, basically, that the rest of the book just kind of follows style-wise. And again, the shining text on it as well, I think, is super, super nice and clean, and I love it. But there is a version of these books that I think might be the most beautiful books I've seen to date, and that is by the Subterranean Press Publishing Company. And take a look at this version of the Red Rising trilogy. Look at these, guys. I mean, to me, they're seriously breathtaking. They really capture well what I picture in my head with Darrow and the overall feel of the books. The Golden Sun and the Iron Gold covers in particular are my favorites here by far. But guys, that is it for this episode of the Fantasy Madhouse. I'm the Midnight Chronicler. It was so fun to talk to you guys about this. I want to do this again very, very soon. Leave a comment. Let me know what alternate book covers for popular series do you guys love? Which one should I check out or purchase in the future? Whatever you guys think, jump in the comment section. Let me know, guys. It's been so much fun. Talk to you later.